What's up? Welcome to Gab Gang Secret Talk. I'm Brandon Gordon Gab. So, here's what it's about. I'm playing City Skylines, right? And I said play. I've tried to make a game with Unity and stuff, so I'm familiar with like the terrain editor and stuff, and this is just a so refined way of creating terrain and city maps and things like that. So I had one I was working on I could show you, but I'm gonna start a new one. NWO. So this is the one I was working on in order to just learn to know how to play. And I've been trying to figure out, like, if I could run the nation, the U.S., how would I do it? And it's not too bad. Now I took off the money and all of that stuff. Like, I didn't come here for that. I came here to do some stuff. Now this is my tourist area down over here. Wait, no. Down over here. You know. But this is just for the city. It had nothing to do with what I had going on at first. So the way it go is the double streets are my main streets. Main street. On the main streets, stores. Yeah, I don't know why the hospital keep building this. The hospital basically own that land. It might be a little family that own that land and won't sell. But main streets, basically stores. You know why? Because I want you to have everything you need. Now it will be like food over here, electronics on this block. The next block would be, you know, produce. Following block, clothing. Following block, beauty. You know, so forth, all the way around. And now it would go about 6 blocks deep, you know, either way, right? 3 up, 3 down, and in the middle we will have our park, basketball court, you know, tennis court, somewhere for the kids to play, things like that. Okay, finished burning down now. That's good. Get rid of that. Make sure our city stay clean. Now, because I just put up new property, people been moving. They moved over here. I just built up these, so they're still coming in. But it will be the same. It's the same setup for everywhere. Stores on the outside, surrounding the neighborhood. Then, you know, 3 blocks this way, 3 blocks that way. It'll be a park in the middle, but because this was set up a little different, because I wasn't going to develop over here, but my tourist town kind of took off, so I decided to develop over here. But it's still same thing, stores on the outside, hospitals, you know, your police stations. Had to put my parks out here because of the way the terrain is set up. So my parks over here, school on, usually they're on opposite sides, but you surround everything by stores. Neighborhood, this one is a great example. Also, no, 1, 2, 3 over, 1, 2, 3 over, 3 up, same thing. Park, you know, a store on the corner, stuff like that. So these would be your main streets. This would be in between your main streets. A nice place to sit, all that, and this is in your residential. So your stores surround your residential. And then boom, Main Street. The goal would have been to have like a bank, a gas station, a Walgreens, and a food spot or something. Or I forgot what it was. Bank, Walgreens, gas station. It was something else I wanted to put here. You know, if I had stores. So, bam. And again, well, this is your main street. So 1, 2, you know, basically 1, 2, 3, you know, 3 blocks up. Park, you know, all that stuff. Then 1, 2, 3, Main Street. Right, because it was off a little bit, but park. So you do it again. So after the Main Street, 1, 2, 3, park. 1, 2, 3, Main Street. 1, 2, 3, park. 1, 2, 3, Main Street. You know, 1, 2, 3, Main Street. 1, 2, 3, park. This is our cemetery. Because people, you know, we gotta have places to put them. We went solar energy, wind energy. I should have built a dam before I built everything, because the dam kind of flooded some things when I tried to do it for the airport. But anyway, it's not what I came here for. What I came here for is to discuss some stuff about Gab Games console/system. Name pending. But here's what it is. It's all about, like I was saying, I use Unity. Oh, son of a stupid man. Quits. I've used Unity to make terrain and stuff, and this is something that's similar, and it makes it super easy. Now, I had an idea on how I wanted my video game system to work, and a video game I wanted to have on it, and things like this. And that idea has expanded and grown. But the city and the layout. Shoot, I didn't change the name of the city. Moving so fast. The name of the city and layout is save game. No, quit. You know, so I had to anyway. I pictured it the way I wanted to. I saw the city, and I'm like, well, I could do it now. This is what I'm going to create. Show you what the basic concept. You know, hopefully, give you a better understanding what the game is about or how it should operate. And this game right here is a great way to explain it to a certain extent. Now, the game system, again, is called Gab Games. Gamer's Paradise. We're gonna call this place Gamer's Paradise. We're just gonna unlock everything because why not? No, it's a demonstration. Now, the goal is to create, okay, Gamer's Paradise. It's a map of what I want the terrain to look like for the video game system. Like what? What are you talking about? Ah, it's few. That's why I was so confused. Anyway, one. That's the space I want to work with. So, I know you're like, what in the world are you talking about? How is a map the user interface for your system? The terrain for your system? Okay, look. It goes like this. You start up the game. Gab game pops up. You select your profile. I could go back. I'm gonna go into that at a different time. Well, yeah, you select your profile. So you select your profile. It takes you into an open world map like GTA. I'm not that supposed to be comprised of like 4 islands, but actually, quit. Let's see if I can set this up right. As of now, to help give you a visible, a visual representation of what I mean. This is so crazy sometimes. New game, new map. Let's go back to islands. I don't know why I like islands, but I choose islands. I don't know, what's a good map? I want one with a lot of water. That's why I chose island. Two rivers, shady streams. That's. Oh crap. Yeah, let's check out Shady Strands. So, basically, the map is going to be set up of 5 islands, right? That's why I chose islands. I keep thinking islands. But I have to understand sometimes it's not going to always be how I think. But islands is what I want. Let's see. Areas. They're like, you broke fool, you can't buy none of this. I thought I was ready. I'm just gonna go back to islands. It makes it so much easier. No. I'm not gonna go to islands. I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time. Which one is the best? Great Plain, Green Plain. No, I'm gonna go back to islands for sure. Then I'm gonna alter islands to fit what I want. Let's go to Gamer's Paradise. Okay. Alright. Now the point of this is sort of like wait. Yeah, okay. I have to make sure I spelled it right. Like how I'm doing now. Going through, we're going to create a city. It's pretty like the one I just created. Pretty easy, pretty fast, pretty simple. A lot simpler than you think. I'm complicating things by trying to give a visual representation of what I have in my mind for how I want something set up. So, we're going to get it set up. Areas. No. Areas. Okay. Matter of fact, this is great. Because that's unlocked. You see how this is, right? There will be 5 islands. Just how there's 5 of these. I own one. I own the one in the middle. It'll be that one, that one, that one, and that one. This would be the 5 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's create something to visually represent those 5. For now, nah, I could do road. Get off the screen for a second. 4-lane road, decorative trees. Sounds good. Now you have one island. straight right now. Because I'm trying to get something done, always in front of company. Two island. Why does this feel it needs to be a thing in the phone? Three islands. Four. Okay, five. Five islands. So, each island will be a different city. You know? Look at that. That's a lot of space for a decent sized town. Decent sized city. They're all about the same size to the area. So each city, north, south, east, and west of the middle island, will be a different player, a different lobby, one of your friends. Or if you're offline, it will be a game. It will be one of the last 4 games you played, based around the last 4 games you played. But how? Now, just like the last city I showed you, you can create buildings and things. Where is it at? Let's create a building. Well, we create a bunch of buildings. Now, Each little square here represents a building space. Each square represents a building space. Let's see if we can speed this up to get this little developing a little faster here. But eventually a building will sprout out from that spot. And that building model or asset will be one from various game sources. Like, see, here we go. And this is how I wanted to build up to. So, play. Now, let's say during that building process, yeah, I can hold that wall. Now, during the process of not knowing what building it would be, it's going through a list of buildings from games saved on your hard drive. So this building could be from any game off your hard drive. Now, here's just hearing that in itself is like awesome. But you're like, oh my gosh, how in the world are you gonna do that? Well, it goes into the video game system itself. That's why I said this is the operating system. After you created your avatar, which you said we've created this young lady right here, it will drop you into a home like Grand Theft Auto 5 does. Familiar with that game? It takes you right into a home. You know, but there's a few different modes to begin with. And your avatar can be customized for the mode in which you want that avatar to operate the system. For example, little Brandon, which is me, little me, grown me. Yeah, I'm more into the video game aspect of this. It's fun. I like to create it, things like that. So it will probably be in game mode a lot. With game mode, with system mode, it'll probably be in system mode because I'm creating this system for people like me. System mode is open world in which everything from it's hard for me to explain, where the characters from all the games you play come together and meet in the open world like Grand Theft Auto. But the thing that we will have upon Grand Theft Auto is the way we operate. We will be the real GTA. Now, of course, we can't necessarily steal from these companies, so we would have to get them to develop the system. And with them developing for the system, they would have to abide by certain rules. And each rule would be they would have to have a packet of 3D models of houses and characters. Even maybe if they wanted to build their own, we gave them a plot of land. Here's the dimensions of the space you can work with, just like here in this game. Build your city, you know, but it has to have individual models that take up 1, 2 spaces, you know, things like that, because you want it to just be able to fit in any world, you know. So if I had Call of Duty, this would look like it would fit from Call of Duty. You know, you'd be like, ah, okay, I can tell where that style came from. As to where the next house may look like it came from Kingdom Hearts, or from the Blood series, you know, the Soul series. Now, let's see. It would be more than just the houses. Yeah, yes, I know. Okay, you see, that's a lot of space, right? Like I said, this would be, each island will represent, if you're offline, one of the last 4 games you played, and the 5th one in the middle will be a jumble of everything. You know, because these 4 will be heavily influenced by those last games. Even though it's still a mixture of all the games on your hard drive, this one is more so to showcase that mixture. These are to more so work as incentives, I'm going to say, to play one of the last 4 games you played. Because remember, this is system mode. System mode off back, you jump into this 3D world. You know, so the game system itself is a game. Now, how does the game system work? The goal is to get a group of what I consider to be the next top developing groups or studios in gaming, and have them sort of my round table. Of developers, you know, like, hey, you guys, I need your help, you know, come develop for the system at conception, and we can work out business dealings later. But it would be to have a certain group of system, you know, companies and the Board of Education on board, so that the video game system can be used as a learning device. That's its primary function, to be used as a learning device. Because who says learning can't be fun? You know, just to run around, have some fun and learn. Now, what am I doing right now? I'm streaming, I'm talking. What I'm using, my headphones. But everything, there's a lot of voice command things and things like that. A lot of people think gaming is for kids, so they stay away from it. They're like, video games are for kids. Okay, so if that's the case, Your child's gonna bother you for this system, and you're like, oh my gosh, it has to be worth it. It's $700. You know, video game systems seems to be expensive these days. Like, it's $700 for a system. You know, $500, $600 for a system. Like, you better learn something. Can that get you a job? You know, and the point is to be, yeah. That's why it's a learning system. Use voice recognition, text things, phone apps, whatever. You know, tons of ways to get inputs into a system. And hey, how do I do this? So it's like, okay, you know, and while you're learning how to do it, you're playing the game. Now, what do I mean by learn how to do it? It's like, okay, this is how you do it. Then it tests you. Pass the test? No. Go through it again. Did you pass the test? No. It's like when you die over and over in the game, I want it to be you whoop everybody but the most badass boss fight ever. And it asks you these quiz questions on what you want to learn. And if you don't answer them, start back over. Because we always doing a lot. Everybody's always doing a lot. From reading to learning. You know, and it's just how we do it. Some people like TV, some people like doing. You know, some people like reading, like I said before. And what better way than, you know, through video games. Imagine, like with this coronavirus pandemic. Kids had to do some online learning. Now, imagine if when they turn on their video game system, their e-learning will pop up just like, you know, it would on their laptop. But it's more centered around what keeps their mind occupied and focused, which video game, you know, they collect a lot of data on what you do, on as far as like how you play, gameplay data, things like this, you know, input, you know, things like that. So it would be how to use it and help people to better themselves. And like, you like to play Call of Duty, right? Because the pace of Call of Duty and the things you do in Call of Duty keep your attention. But it's so much going on in Call of Duty. For example, like when you're called in the airstrike, your teammates called in the airstrike, audio cues, all types of things. You hear people walking. All these things are always running through your head. And you're always processing it. So it's the same thing. Learning. Like, run a mission here. Where are we going? Here, there. Why? Because you want to play the game and have fun. But you don't really want a story. You just want to be able to run around and have fun. So here's your own story. Anyway, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm tired.